What's up YouTube, NCG here, bringing you the one and only, the most talked about deck of the entire week, and that is the first place World Chalice deck profile from YCS Bochum. Now congratulations to Marco Perico, who obviously stormed YCS Bochum with this deck. A couple of very nice tech choices, and of course he beat Pendulum Magicians in the final. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through this deck profile, show you what he's played, show the little techs that he kind of tried out, which obviously did him very well. So we'll go through what he's got. As you can see, the Saruja is obviously a very nice match winner. If you didn't see any of his games, do check them out on the official Yu-Gi-Oh channel, because some of them are absolutely amazing. So let's get going. We'll start off with the monsters. It's a very nice small World Chalice lineup. Keeping it very short and sweet and simple. He's played triple World Legacy World Chalice. Now this is a very nice card. It kind of acts as a Thunder King Ryo when it's on the board in general, but then on top of that it does double up when it leaves the field after it's been successfully tribute summoned. It gives you 2 World Chalice monsters, which in turn can then be a Searcher when you get Lee on the board. Speaking of which, you play triple Lee. She is your other core card of the deck. She is your Searcher for everything you need. She can be transmodded into, the Agent of Creation Venus, and that in turn, with the other 3 Shine Balls, gives you a Saruja. Obviously, you would then need to link them up to get them with different names. But of course, it gets you into a Saruja, and that in turn can be a game winner. As you can see in the matchups that he's had, it special summons you out your Kaijus, and with your Kyoto Waterfront, you've then got more protection that way as well. For the other World Chalice monsters is 2 Beckoned by the World Chalice and the 1 World Chalice Guard Dragon. So these are interesting choices. You probably use Guard Dragon a little bit more as the revival effect from the graveyard to help extend your plays. And the best thing with Maxi gone, this deck can really run riot with very little kind of stopping it in that sense. Ash and obviously Ogre still does enough to this deck, but it still doesn't stop them doing what they need to do. Triple Agent of Creation Venus and triple Mystical Shine Ball, of course, very straightforward and staple in this deck, because it then gets you into, like I said, Saruja, and of course can move your place forward that way. Then one of the techs that was very cool in the deck is the 1 Eva and the 2 Herald of Orange Light. Now obviously he was sending Eva with your Brilliant Fusion, and then banishing what you needed to get the Herald of Orange Lights to hand. So he already had a searchable hand trap, and then if you had a dead Lee or you searched out a Lee, you already had fodder in your hand to use for protection. And if you coupled this with any of the other hand traps like the Ash Blossoms that he played, or of course any of the Kaijus, you had more than enough negation. Now obviously it was said at the event that to be able to play this game, you need to have the ability to get past 1 negate and still move forward. Whereas Marco's kind of put this together, whereas if you get past 1 negate, you've still got maybe 2, if not 3 to get past. So if you don't negate me, I'm gonna win the game, which is obviously what he did. We've then got the 3 Kaijus, the 1 Gameciel, which is your walking negation, the 1 Dogoran, which again is your walking Regeki, and then the 1 Thunder King Lightning, which is an absolute beast of a monster. And then of course, when you remove 3 Kaiju counters from anywhere, your opponent's cards and effect cannot be activated for the rest of this turn. So it's a very nice kind of stopper as well as, which is very useful in this deck. Then of course he plays the 1 brick that everyone plays when you play Brilliant Fusion, and that's Garnet. But Garnet is a bit more useful in this deck because it does act as a normal monster for the likes of Umdut or a Link Spider. And then finish it off with the 1 Rescue Ferret. Again, this is probably one of the very few decks that can use and abuse Rescue Ferret to its highest extent, especially with the range of monster levels in the deck as well. So definitely pick them up while you can, because they might creep up a little bit in price. Saruja already has. It's now become the next £50 kind of card, so definitely, you know, keep your eyes out for those. Now onto the spells. We've got triple Brilliant Fusion. Straightforward on that one. Triple Transmodify, turn your Lee into Venus and move it forward that way. Double Twin Twister to deal with any annoying back row, and then a lot of one-offs. So we've got the World Legacy World Heart, the Soul Charge, which if you watch the stream was a match winner, won in the final. The 1 Foolish Burial, the 1 Monster Reborn, and the 1 Unexpected Die. And now obviously these all are there to extend his plays and obviously get him off to the best of starts and push it forward that way. Now the 3 cards that I couldn't find are the 2 Kyoto Waterfront, which is the field spell for the Kaijus. Every time a card is sent from field to grave, I believe it is, they get a token. If you have 5 tokens, you can search a Kaiju, and then you remove X amount of tokens to activate each Kaiju effect. And then finally was the Phantom Knights of Shade. This is the trap card that came out in Premium Gold 3. You special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster. It is not treated as a trap card. If you have no trap cards in your graveyard, you can activate this card the turn it is set. Now obviously, ideally, because you don't play traps in the main deck, you would set this card, and then if your opponent kind of dealt with anything, or maybe like ogred or stopped your board, you would then have this as a backup to push forward and still have the ability to extend your plays and move forward. So it's definitely one to pick up. I think they're sitting at about £1. Now they might start to slowly creep up because the OCG are using these as well in their decks. So it does give them a bit more of a push ability and helps them get an extra monster on board if they're not playing as many traps. Or, as with the OCG, because of Flames of Destruction, you've got more technically hand traps being used. This is a nice little option for you to give a go. Now, I haven't put the side deck together because I couldn't find all the cards to go with it, but I'll quickly run through the side deck that he played. He played the 1 Christia, the 1 Jinzo. Again, that's a very, very nice to stop traps by bringing out off a Saruja. 3 Mind Control, 1 Regeki, 3 Evenly Matched, 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance, 2 Mask Restricts, and the 1 Abyss Dweller. So, a very, very good extra deck there. Side deck, sorry. Now onto the extra deck. Of course, we have the MVP, and that is Saruja Skuldred. Absolute beast monster. Got the Kaijus out on board. Allowed him to put Brick Hands back and get what he needed. And just, you can't speak higher of this card. You then got the 1 Firewall, again incredibly powerful. Did a very, very nice play of bouncing back 1 from the graveyard and 1 on the field, and kind of helped his board extend a little bit. And then we've got, for the Link Freeze, the 1 Trigate Wizard and the 1 Ningrusu. Both very, very good. Obviously, Trigate, if you can co-link it by 2 at least, or even all 3, can be incredibly powerful. And then Ningrusu, he did quite a lot of nice combos to get him an extra draw, if not 2. For the Link 2s, we've got the 1 Orion and the double Ib. Quite straightforward in a World Chalice deck on that one. And then a binary sorcerer, which was sorceress, which is very, very interesting. So it's 2 monsters except tokens. This card gains these effects based on the number of monsters co-linked to this card. 1, when a monster co-linked to this card battles your opponent's monster and inflicts battle damage to them, you gain that much life points. And then 2, once per turn, quick effect, you can target 2 face-up monsters you control until the end of this turn. Halve the attack of 1 monster, and if you do, add that attack to the other monster. So just enabled him to get over bigger beat monsters should he need to. For the Link ones, we've got Triple Induct and the single Link Spider, quite straightforward on that one as well. And then leaving it off, we've got the 1 Baguska and the 1 Gem Knight Seraph Knight. So obviously, a very, very Link focused deck. That's kind of what World Chalices are. Very, very good that it did well. It was nice to see. I think the best thing about Bokken was it was a very, very nice, varied event. There wasn't any one deck that, Pendulum Magicians were probably the highest represented in the top cut, but it wasn't exactly an event that didn't have its surprises. You had like Zephyra in the top 4, World Chalice, there was Dracos running around, there was a couple of Paleos as well. The variety was so vast, it was very, very nice to see, the way the deck kind of went and how it did. So congratulations to Marco Perico, who of course did amazingly well with this deck. Absolutely destroyed Bokken. Very, very good entertaining games as well. Held his own and did really, really well. So, all congratulations and credit goes to him for creating this deck and putting this deck together. And then congratulations to winning Bokken, one of the biggest YCSs of the year, with nearly 2,000 players in attendance. But yeah, build the deck yourself, give it a go, see how it feels for you, and then adapt it the way you want to adapt it. I think it's definitely opened up my eyes in some of the aspects of World Chalice, with like the Eva, and then the new Phantom Knight, or not new Phantom Knight, but the Phantom Knight card as well as an introduction, and just how powerful Saruja can be. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until Thursday, guys, where I'll be bringing you a Toon deck profile. Yeah, that's right, a Toon deck profile. See ya.